Today, we're going to talk about solving quadratic of inequalities, section 5.7. So solving quadratic inequalities, section 5.7. If you already remember how to graph, you're going to be doing just fine today. Because it's just some more graphing. We're going to graph some inequalities. So here's what it looks like today. We're going to graph quadratic inequalities. And we're going to now look at the inequalities, because it's less than or equal to, less than, greater than or equal to. That's what we're looking at here. So if I have the inequality, y is less than or equal to negative x squared plus 2x plus 3, I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to graph it. So I need to find the axis of symmetry. I need to find the vertex. After I find the vertex, I plot the y-intercept. After I do the y-intercept, I pick another value of x. And then I'm going to look at the shading. For example, if it's less than or equal to, is it going to be a solid or dashed line? Who remembers? It's going to be a solid. Remember, I have solid lines for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. I have a less than or greater than sign. I have a dashed line. Okay. And then do I shade above or below if it's less than or equal to? I'm going to shade below. That's when I shade below. And that's when I shade above. So if you notice here, it's a solid line. And I'm shading below what looks like actually here is like it's on the inside. Okay, so we're finding the inequality there. Now, as you look at this, you're like, well, that makes sense. We're taking the inequalities of linear equations, taking the graphing of parabolas, forming them together, and this is what we have today. So let's look at number one. They give me some information here. They say y is less than x squared minus 2x plus 3. It gives me the y-intercept. What's my y-intercept as a coordinate, Jake O'Connor?
0, 3.
Now, how do we know it's 3? Because my y-intercept's always my what? It's that thingy. It's the constant. Yeah, y-intercept's always my constant. Okay? So my y-intercept's 0, 3. And it gives me my vertex. My vertex is 1, 2. How would they find the vertex in a parabola? How do you find the vertex? Negative b over 2a. Then you plug that back in. So my vertex was 1, 2. And then we have to do the reflection, right? So I do my reflection. So there's the reflection right there. Awesome. Okay, now what do I always want you to do? I need another value. So what do? We pick another value. What's a value of x I can pick? What's another value of x I can pick here? I can't pick 2, bud. I can't pick 0, can't pick 1, and can't pick 2. I've already used them. Let's pick 3. So let's say x equals 3. So I plug in 3. So I have 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 3. 3 squared is? 3 squared is?
9.
Thank you. 2 times 3 is? Plus 3. 9 minus 6 plus 3 is? 6. So I get the coordinate 3, 6. So I plot 3, 6. And then I plot the reflection over there. Great. Now I kind of see that's truly curved. Now I need to graph it. It's less than. Less than says, is it going to be a solid or dashed line? Dash. And then it's less than, so I'm going to shade above or below? Below. So this one looks like it's on the outside. And if I wanted to, I could choose a test point. What's always a good test point to choose? 0, 0. Nice job. So I can take 0, 0, and you do that, you get 0 is less than 3. Well, that is true, so that works out. Nice job.
Where do you get the equation to plug in, like, for you picking an x?
My equation is taken from the equation that gives me.
Oh.
So I took like x equals 3. I took that 3 and I just plugged it in for x there and x there. Good question. All right, next problem. Looks like number 2 here. It's y is greater than or equal to negative x squared plus 4x minus 5. First thing I can do is I can identify the y-intercept. Drew, what's the y-intercept?
0, negative 5. Or we just negative?
0, negative 5 as a coordinate. Great. I can find the vertex. Joe Daniels, how do I find the vertex? Negative b over 2a, right? So I have negative 4 over 2 times negative 1. What's my axis of symmetry gets me? X equals 2. So that's like saying that's my axis of symmetry right there. X equals 2. Then I take that 2 and I plug it in. Now when I plug it in, gotta remember order of operations. It's negative parentheses 2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 5. So it's order of operations 2 squared first, and then I tack on the negative. So I get negative 4 plus 8 minus 5. My vertex is located where? 2, negative 1. Nice job. So I plot 2, negative 1. It's right there. I have my y-intercept. My intercept's 0, negative 5. Plot 0, negative 5. And then I also need to plot the reflection right there. And lastly, what do I need to do? I need to pick another x to graph. What's another x that I can graph here? What's it? I cannot pick 0. Here's my y-intercept, bud. I have 0, I have 2, and I have 4 already used. Everybody see that? 6 would work. What else could I use? 1. Could I use 3? Yeah, all those are good values. I just can't pick 0, 2, or 4. So let's pick x equals 1. I don't know, I just like 1. Pick 1. So I have negative parentheses 1 squared plus 4 times 1 minus 5. Again, I'm taking x, I'm plugging 1 in for x. And when I simplify, I get negative 1 plus 4 minus 5. Negative 1 plus 4 minus 5 gives me the coordinate 1 what? Is it negative 2? So I plot 1, negative 2. Plot the reflection. Now I'm going to graph it. It says greater than or equal to. Is that going to be a solid or dashed line? Solid line. And do I shade above or below? Above. And again, what's a good test point here to choose? 0, 0. Great test point to choose. And if I did that, I'd say 0 is greater than or equal to negative 5. That is true. Checks out. 1, 0, 2, 0. Anything with a 0 is always usually a good point to pick. Yep. Alrighty. Let's try number 3. Y is greater than or equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. First thing I want to do is I want to find the vertex. How would I find the vertex, Allie? Vertex, sorry. Not y-intercept. Okay, so you gotta identify A, B, C. Is that what you're going to do? Okay, what's A, B, and C? Let's do that. What's A, B, and C? A is 1, B is negative 4, and C is what? 3. Awesome. So now I do negative B over 2A, right? So I have negative parentheses negative 4 all over 2 times 1. 2 negatives get me A? Positive. So positive 4 over 2 gets me? So my vertex is going to be 2 comma something. How do I find what the y value is? I take that 2 and I plug it in. So I get 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3. Because again, I'm taking that and plugging it into my equation there. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 8 plus 3. 4 minus 8 plus 3 gets me my vertex is located where? 2, negative 1. Awesome. So my vertex is right there, 2, negative 1. Next, I'm going to find my y-intercept. Oh, Joe McCoolidge. What's my y-intercept here? Three. So it's 0, 3. Because again, my y-intercept's always my constant value. So I have 0, 3. And I plot the reflection. Great. Now I have to pick another value of x. So again, I want to pick another value of x here. What's a good value of x that I can pick to choose here to graph, Katie? What'd you say? Let's do x equals 1. Awesome. So I have 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 3. 1 squared is 1 minus 4 plus 3. 1 minus 4 plus 3 gets me 0. So I have the coordinate 1, 0. Plot 1, 0. Plot the reflection. Now I need to look to graph it. Greater than or equal to, is that going to be a solid or dashed line? That's a solid boundary line. And do I shade above or below it? Above. So this one looks like it's going to be now on the inside. And notice they give you a test point of 1, 1 to use here. And if you take 1, 1 and plug that in, it would work out. Good work. Any questions on that so far? Good. Take a couple seconds. Try this one on your own. All right, let's walk through number 4. I want to start off by finding my vertex. Jake O'Connor, what's my vertex? Negative 2, 3 is my vertex. Nice job. And again, I find that by negative b over 2a. Some of you might have struggled. Again, if you take the negative, parentheses, negative 2 squared, minus 4 times negative 2 minus 1. Order of operations, you have to do your exponent here first. So negative 2 squared is 4, and then you bring down your negative, so you get negative 4 plus 8 minus 1. That's where we get negative 2, 3. I'll find my y-intercept. Hannah, what's my y-intercept here? 0, negative 1 is my y-intercept. So I plot 0, negative 1. And then I plot the reflection. So it's right there. Then I pick another value of x. What's the value of x I can pick, Jake O'Connor? Huh? Positive 1? Okay, so I do x equals 1. So I have negative parentheses 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 1. So you get negative 1 minus 4 minus 1. What's your coordinate there then, Jake? 1, negative 6. So that's somewhere like down there. Now, solid or dashed line, Jake O'Connor, what are you going to have? Okay. And when I shade above or below, Jake? Below. So that's like this area right here. And again, a test point there you could choose would be like negative 1, 0. Good work. Let's try one last problem here. Y is less than x squared minus 2x plus 6. Start off by finding the axis symmetry, the vertex, y-intercept, pick another value of x, and then graph it. Take a couple seconds, try this on your own. All right, let's start walking through this. Katie, give me the axis symmetry. What'd you do? So you have negative parentheses, negative 2 over 2 times 1, right? Which is 1. So you take 1 and plug it in. What do you get the vertex? 1, 5. So I plot 1, 5. Awesome. Then you do the y-intercept, Katie. What's the y-intercept going to be? Awesome. Then you did the reflection, right? Then you had to pick a value of x. What value of x did you choose? You chose x equals 3. When you plug 3 in, what did you get for y value? 3, 9. So we plot 3, 9. Then you did the reflection, right? Solid or dashed line, Katie? And then would you shade above or below, Katie? Below. Katie, what would be a good test point here? Yep, you could do the test point of 0, 0. Right there. And that'd work. Nice job. Feeling pretty good? Good. Here's your assignment today.